the first step to making this little beanie is to make a pattern. You can make the pattern, or you can just use chalk or fabric chalk and write it right out on the material you're going to use. But just so I can show you guys, I'm gonna do it on a piece of paper. And I can't remember where I saw this pattern, but I saw it a long time ago, and I made a lot of beanies for my husband and my kids back in the day. And so it's fairly simple. This one I'm going to make infant size, and I will give you sizing all the way up to adult sizing down in the description. But for infant size, you want it to be about 13 inches around. And since we're going to cut on the fold, we're going to do a little over half of that, which I'm going to do 6 1/4 on this piece of paper. I'm going to measure across and mark 6 1/4, and I'm just going to go all the way up the page so I know where I'm at with this. And I'm going to do a fold over hand stitch for the bottom part. So whatever length we're getting, we're going to add about 2 inches, maybe 2.5 inches extra. And I would say that it would need to be, for an infant, let's do 8.5. Let's just see. I'm kind of playing this by ear because I haven't done it in a while. But they're really simple to make. So, okay, so I'm just marking this here. And then what we want to do is, I don't really have a lot of rhyme or reason to this, but what I'm going to do is take this line and I'm going to fold the paper over. It just will help me get things even. I'm kind of folding it over to where my line in the middle is. If you can see that, it's folded right underneath there. And then what I'm going to do is create an arc. And you do want it to kind of come to a point. It needs to, for the purpose of sewing it. And so that is, I'm not really measuring, but I think from the, let's see, from the point to right about here, I've got, it's about 2.5 inches, so maybe a 2.5 inch arc, something like that. And then what we will do is get our paper cutting scissors. Please don't ever use your fabric scissors for paper and other projects. Save them for your fabric. Okay. When we open it up, this is what we have. And it looks really small, but it works for an infant. So what we've got here is, across the bottom, it is 6 3/4 inches, which will give us, at the final cut, about a 13-inch width around. And we're going to cut it on the fold so that we only need one piece for this. And it is from this tip to the bottom, it is 9 1/4 inches. So now what we need to do is pick out some fabric, and since this is my part of my new repurposing series, I'm going to be using an old t-shirt. Well, it's not old actually, but you would ideally want to do that. I bought this t-shirt for projects and it's brand new, but you know, actually couldn't find any old t-shirts at the flea markets and stuff, so yeah. Okay. Now you can, with a t-shirt, you can use the bottom piece where it's already been hemmed, and I think I want to do that with this one. That way when we don't have to create a hem, and it'll be really quick. But I can also show you how to do a whip stitch, because we don't want to, if you sew this with your machine, it tends to want to pull and come apart. Probably for me, because I don't have the right thread to, you know, maybe I need a stretchy thread to sew things like that. But anyway, I'm just going to use the bottom hem Okay. And this is all you need for this little beanie is one piece. So this is what we have. I should have turned the t-shirt inside out. I think it's easier to just go ahead and do it on the inside of the fabric, and then you don't have to try to line everything up. Okay, so now we're going to take it to the machine and we're going to put it together, and you're going to be so amazed at how quick it is. Okay, I have my machine set on lightweight fabric, and it is on a 3.0 stitch length, and I'm loosening up the tension a little bit to about 5. And what we're going to do first, can't sew with my shoes on, y'all, I don't know why, is we're going to sew along here and go all the way around this curve. Well, you can't see me, can you? We're going to sew all the way down this open side, all the way up to the curved point where it points at the top. Okay, the next thing we want to do is sew this piece from here to here, if you can see that. Okay, now we have all of this sewn together, and we're going to take it and open it up. And this, we're going to sew straight across here to bring our beanie together. And I'm going to open up the seams so that they don't bunch up. So that was really quick and easy. So you see what I did was I sewed that open seam on the side all the way up to that arch, to the little point, and then the other side I sewed that one to the point, and then I opened it up, brought these two in the middle, and sewed across there. And this is kind of a long beanie, but you see, there we have a little baby beanie, and you can actually fold it under, and it's great for a newborn. It makes a nice gift if you want to use like maybe a decorative t-shirt, or a t-shirt that has a design on it. That's really cute. For an older child, you could probably put something like a cute little button or something at the top, but I wouldn't recommend doing that at all for an infant. Now you can fold this under, and if I had not used the hem of the t-shirt, I would go in and do a whip stitch. If you don't know what a whip stitch is and you don't know how to do it, I think that's what it's called. I might be talking about the wrong stitch, but I know what I'm intending to do. I can show a video on how to do a whip stitch, but it's really easy. It's basically you're just hand sewing this around, and you want to just make a tiny stitch on the outside and, you know, the big stitch on the inside so that it's barely noticeable. But there you go. And see, you've got the back right here with a line in it, and you've got the front, and that makes a cute little beanie. Alright. Thanks for watching, y'all. Peace. Bye-bye.